Watch that dial.
Garrett J, the authentic entrepreneur, coming at you real, raw, and you were waiting for it, weren't you? Relevant! And this, my friends, is the business breakthrough. Now, today we're going to talk about, well, some of my favorite topics, speaking. I've told you before that of all of my children, if I had a lot of children, of all my children, speaking would be my favorite child. Even if it was the youngest child, the middle child, or the child still pooped his pants. It would be my favorite child. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple things. Last week, we were like, fun one, right? Today, we're going to talk about a little extension of what to do with your hands. Last episode, or last week, I told you some things not to do with your hands. Today, we're going to talk about some things to do with your hands. Understand that human beings, when they're watching when you speak, they are constantly attracted by movement. We're like little fish, right? So we're swimming along, and we see something shiny.
Oh, something shiny.
And we follow it around. Now, we do this all the time. That's why you can prove it through webinars, etc., right? If I put up a webinar and somebody's watching just a screen, right? For example, if I stood right here and all you saw was this. You're going, seriously, I'm getting bored. But when I move my head around a lot and my hair spikes up and it goes like this, and you see my hands moving like this all over the place, what it creates is it entices and entertains the mind. Now, when we speak, we don't want to just be random craziness like and all over the place, right? And none of this the whole thing I talked about last week. How do we use our hands then if we're not in neutral? See, because I'm not talking about just being in neutral all the time. I'm talking about being in neutral and then being concerted with your hands. Two things we're going to reference then. One thing we're going to reference is how do you create a system or a sense in the mind based on a visual representation that they're moving from one place to the other, right? How do I get them to a place and move from here to here? How do I show them that the gap of where they are is to where they want to be, and that where they are now and where they want to be is where I'm going to take them? Notice I'm actually doing it to you. You're here, you watch this amazing show, and then you go here. Now over here is what sucks, and over here is where you're wanting. And over here is where it sucks and it's painful and it hurts and you're broke. And over here is where it's possible. And over here, are you seeing this? So what I'm actually doing at the same time, simultaneously with my hands, I'm anchoring. So I'm anchoring that when I put my hands together like this is painful and this is sucks standing over here. This is sucks standing over here. And then I step over here, and with my hand, this is where power and pleasure and possibility is. So one of the ways you can measure durations of time from stage is be able to move your hands this way. Move your hands this way. I'm going from here to here. I'm going from here to here. I'm going from here to here. Whoa. Okay, now if we want to talk about rising up, right, or checklists, we can do this. We can say number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and I can use my hands to reference a checklist because the mind itself will categorize what I'm saying and build little checklists in the mind. So when I say number 1 and I put my hand up here, and I say number 1 is to stand in power. Number 2 is to be focused. Number 3 is to get it on. Number 4 is to have a blast. Notice that your mind creates a checklist, and then when I come back and I anchor these, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, when I come back with my hand, again, I'm anchoring those numbers. Two things we get to learn from today's conversation. Number 1, boom, from here to here. I'm moving from a distance from today into the future. Here I'm doing checklist, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when it comes to your next speaking opportunity, no, just stand here like this the whole time. No, we're saying stand here, and when you're ready to move, take some actions, make them deliberate. Go from here to here, or from here to here to here. Got it? Are you focused? All right, this is Garrett J. White. We're having a business breakthrough with you about the conversation of speaking, reminding you to be real, be raw, be relevant, and most importantly, to be authentic.